We left off with RGB part 1. We're in part 2. In part 1 we made our source layer. Now what we're going to learn in this lesson is cutting and pasting, making each object an individual layer, and also using a group, a folder, a group folder. So what you need to do is you need to go into go over here to our toolbar and get the rectangular marquee tool and draw around the red circle. Now, if you don't make it perfect, that's fine. There's something called under Select, Transform Selection. You get a bounding box. You can just pull this out, hit the return key on the Mac, the enter key on the PC, and because this is all transparent, you don't have to worry, and you go to Edit Copy, Edit Paste, and look over at the Layers panel, New Layer. Okay, now you can't really, it happened to land on top of the source layer. So if you go to the Move tool by hitting the B key, you can see that move icon is very different than the move selection icon. There is a new layer. Every time you copy paste, it makes a new layer. I'm going to rename it Red C. And I'm going to move on, go back to the source layer, go back here to the marquee. This time I'm going to use the keyboard shortcut, Command C, Command V. That would be Control C, Control V on the PC. Let's see, blue circle, blue C. Again, back with the V key, just to make sure there it is. Now we've got 3 layers. I'm going to go, now if I don't go back to the source, let's say I'm just not paying attention and I draw around the green circle, if you actually turn off the source layer, there's nothing there. And if you try to copy paste, it's going to say, could not complete the copy command because the selected area is empty. This is where we get into what layer are you on. That can make a big difference. So here we go, Command C, Command V, and then we're going to go down to back to the source, and we don't want to get some of that red, because, no, that red actually isn't on the source layer. That red is up here, so it doesn't matter, it's not on this layer. So I just, to make you not nervous, it doesn't matter that it's that big, nothing back there. Command C, Command V, yellow R, and I forgot to name the green one, green C. Very nice. Now we've got all of these. We don't need this source layer. I want to put this in what I call a backup folder. So I have the layer highlighted, and third from the right, there's the trash can, new layer, copy icon, and folder. If I drag this layer, all I have to do is hold down the mouse button and drag it into the folder. See the little fist? Let go. There's the folder. It says Group 1. I like to call it Backup. Close the folder, turn off the eyeball, and now we have the 1, 2, 3, 4 layers we're going to work with. One more thing I'm going to show you in this lesson. I showed you transform selection. Now I'm going to show you free transform. What free transform does, and I'm going to go over to the move tool here, is it's under edit. Free transform moves the object. Bounding box, no marching ants. And if you see these little arrows, these little curved arrows, you can rotate. You can pull it this way or this way to resize it. When you have that black arrowhead, you can move it around. And the other thing is, if you want to maintain the aspect ratio, the relationship of the width to the height, hold the Shift key and grab a corner. And now we have a much smaller yellow rectangle, tilted. Hit return, and that's it for RGB part 2.